Good morning, my dear students. Now we'll see about the versatile nature of carbons. So we know that carbons form covalent bond by sharing of their valence electrons with various elements or among themselves. So the number of compounds which is formed by the carbons is more than 4 millions, whereas remaining 112 elements can form only 80,000 compounds. This shows that carbon compounds are more in this universe as compared to the others element. This unique properties of carbon is called as a catenation. So catenation is nothing. Catenation is the capability to form a large number of compounds by joining themselves or with other element in different ways. This properties is called as a catenation. So here we know that catenation is nothing, the capability to form a large number of compounds by joining themselves with other elements or with other element in different ways. Suppose you have 4 arms, let us think it. These 4 arms are nothing, your valence electron carbon shifting it. So if you join your hand with another person's hand and your legs with another person's legs, then it will form one different compounds. Suppose again if you can join your hand with another person's leg, that also form different compound. Like this one, in different ways you can join it. This joining of in different ways gives different compounds which have difference in properties. Such a properties is what we call as a catenation. So catenation is the many important things which gives large number of molecules by the carbon compounds. So these compound means carbon compounds may have long chain carbon or branch chain carbon or even carbon atom arranged in a ring. So in addition to this, carbon atom may link by single, double or triple bonds. Compounds of carbon which are linked by only a single bond between the 2 carbon atoms are called as a saturated compounds, whereas compounds of carbon having double bond or triple bonds are called as a unsaturated compounds. So we have carbon compounds we can classify into 2 types. One is saturated, another one is unsaturated. So always in between the carbon in case of saturated compound there should be a single bond, whereas in case of unsaturated compounds there should be either double bond or either triple bond in between the carbon and the carbon. So like this one we can classify carbon compounds into 2 types. One is saturated and another one is unsaturated. Again, based on the way of joining carbons, we can classify as a branch, or this is straight, this one is straight chain, we can say straight chain. And if like this joining is there, then this is called as a branch. If like this, if you join, then it is called as a ring. Like this, different ways they can join it. No other elements exhibit the properties of catenation to a large extent. Only silicon form compounds with hydrogen which have the chain up to 7 to 8 atoms. Silicon also can exist allotropes, but number of allotropes formed by silicon is very less. It is up to 7 to 8 atoms. But the allotropes of silicons are very reactive. Carbon-carbon single bond is very strong and hence stable. In case of carbon-carbon, the carbon-carbon single bond that is in saturated compounds, they are highly stable. And this gives large number of compound with many carbon atom linked to each other. Like this one, carbon atom has 4 valency. It is tetravalency we can say. It is capable of bonding with 4 other atoms of carbon or atoms of some other monovalent elements. Compound of carbons are formed with oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, sulfur, chlorine and many other elements, giving rise a compound with specific properties which depends on the element other than carbon present in the molecules. So again, the bond that carbon form with most other elements are very strong and making the compound exceptionally stable. One more reason for the formation of strong bond by the carbon is because of small in size, and this enable the nucleus to hold on the shear pair of electrons strongly. The bond formed by elements having bigger size are already weaker. So this is what about the versatile nature of carbons. So what are the unique properties of carbon? This is the question which may arise in the board exam. So your answer is tetravalency and the catenation. Again we can ask as like this one, why carbon compounds are in large number as compared to the others. Your answer is same as the first answer, that is catenation, and the properties of catenation and the tetravalency make them to make large number of compounds. This is what about the versatile nature of carbons. Thank you.